Hi everyone, today I'm going to tell you a beautiful short story from Narada Purana, and this is all about Ekadashi. I think all of you know what is Ekadashi. Today I'm going to tell you the story behind this Ekadashi and its benefit, means the significance that Ekadashi gives you salvation. So how is it that I'm going to tell you. You know, there was a king whose name was Rukmangada. And he had, his wife's name was Sandhyavali, and they had a son whose name was Dharmangada. And Sandhyavali was a chaste lady, a pious lady, and she was completely devoted to her husband. Whatever her husband was telling, she was obeying him fully. Now this Dharmangada, he was also very devoted to his father. Rukmangada was a great devotee of Lord Vishnu, and even he was such a devotee, he asked the kingdom, his people, means he ordered the people of his kingdom that everybody has to worship Lord Vishnu only, and they had to observe the vow of Ekadashi. He was doing. And in that day, nobody will eat anything from the age of, above the age of 8 and up to 80. Everybody has to do. They have to worship Lord Vishnu. And next day, as early as possible, means in the Dwadashi day, the vow observer, means the person who was doing this upavas, has to eat some food as early as possible. This was his command. And people loved their king and they obeyed him. Even the royal messenger, before the Ekadashi day, he would go everywhere, he would give around to the kingdom and announce loudly that remember, tomorrow is Ekadashi, you have to observe. Do not eat anything next day, in Dwadashi day, as early as possible you have to eat something. This was the command of the king. So as everybody worshipped Lord Vishnu, gradually the Jamalaya became empty. You know why? Because as after worshipping Lord Vishnu, directly after death they went to the Vaikuntha only, not to Jamalaya, not to hell. So Yamadev and Chitragupta, they were very much worried. They had no work to do. And he was very much surprised. How come not a single soul is coming from this Rukmangada's kingdom? Then he came to know that yes, people are observing the Vishnu Vrata of Ekadashi, and that is why they have left doing their rituals, the yajna, the charity. Nothing else was going on in their kingdom except the observing the vow of Ekadashi. So he was extremely worried and went to Lord Brahma. He joined his fam and requested, "Oh Lord, do something for me, otherwise I have no work at all to do. And this Jamalaya is empty. And what Chitragupta and myself will do?" And that time, even Narada, Narada came to know about his plight, and he requested him to go to Brahma and ask him. Then, Brahma thought for a while, and Narada also told him to Brahma, "Oh Father, do something so that Rukmangada will not observe his vow of Ekadashi." Because he knew very well what will happen if somebody will go and ask him not to do. He was so strong, so determined to do this vow. Now Lord Brahma created a beautiful girl from his body. He thought for a while, then created a beautiful girl. He gave her name Mohini. Then he asked Mohini to go to Mandara mountain, and there he would meet Rukmangada. Because after a while Rukmangada was very much, he was very satisfied with the work of his son and asked his son to take care of his kingdom, and for a while he wished to take rest. Thus he went to Mandara mountain only. There Mohini could meet him. Mohini was so beautiful, so attractive, that nobody can stop their desire looking at her beauty. Anyways, now this Mohini came to meet Rukmangada, and she was roaming around in front of him. Knowingly she was doing this, and at last Rukmangada saw Mohini. And truly, he couldn't also tolerate. He was such a good person. He loved his wife very much. But still then, he also fell in a trap. So, he came to her and asked, "Oh, beautiful lady, what's your name? What you are doing here?" Then Mohini said, "Oh Lord, I wish to fulfill your desire, but only one thing, if you can keep my words. If you agree, then only I will be with you as your partner." Then Rukmangada was, that time, already he was so much engrossed in his, he was so desirous to get her as wife. He agreed, and Mohini became his wife. Now before that, yes, Rukmangada also asked that Dharmangada, "Go and tell your mother that I am going to marry this girl." If she agrees, then Dharmangada asked his mother, "Oh mother, be wise and give the permission to father that he should live with Mohini for it as long as he wishes." Sandhyavali was very much devoted to her husband, and she agreed, as also the other wives. Anyways, now Rukmangada lived with Mohini. Now Mohini's work was different because she was sent by Lord Brahma. Now Brahma asked her, the instructions were already given to her before. So first she said something, and Rukmangada agreed. Then after a few days, Mohini first asked him to live with her in some separate place, and he lived with her. Now, after a few days, Mohini asked him, "Oh Lord, I want that you should live this Ekadashi vow, because all these bratas and upavas, these are for the Brahmins, not for you. You should always be ready for the battle." As she said this, immediately Rukmangada, he said, and Mohini brought with her another Brahmin named Gautama. Now Rukmangada said, "Oh Mohini, what may come, I can never leave this Vishnu Brata Ekadashi. I cannot do that." Then Mohini said, "Oh Lord, then remember, you promised me whatever I will ask you will do that. Otherwise, I will leave you. Neither you are mine nor I am yours." As Mohini said this, Gautama also supported her and said, "O king, there is nothing wrong if you eat something in Ekadashi and break this vow." Then the king said, "This cannot be possible. I am not going to break this vow." Then this Mohini, as per she was instructed by Brahma, just to test the mind of Rukmangada, she asked, "O king, well," Rukmangada told her, "Except that you ask me something else, I will give you." Then Mohini said, "Well, if you can't keep this and one other thing I am asking, then give the head of Dharmangada. Then Rukmangada was stunned, he was shocked, because he loved his son very much. Dharmangada was very much devoted to his father, and he was also equally a very good person. Then Rukmangada told Sandhyavali about this. Sandhyavali joined her hands and said, O Lord, you are famous for your vows, for your good qualities. If now you will break it, then everybody will say that you are a liar. You cannot follow the truth. So let it be whatever Mohini is asking. Thus, Rukmangada ultimately Rukmangada agreed, and Sandhyavali, when Sandhyavali was ready to cut off the head of Dharmangada, he also agreed. Lord Vishnu with Narada and Brahma, they appeared before him, and Lord Vishnu said, stop. I am extremely pleased with your devotion, and now your place is not here but in my abode. They all went to Vaikunt, and then again Lord Brahma told Dharmaraj, look, in due course of time people again will start doing the wrong things by which they will go to hell. This much is the story, but remember, Ekadashi has some very good significance, like scientifically and spiritually. That means it will keep your mind cool, and obviously whole other days you are eating so much good, bad, everything you are eating. So if one day break will be there, no harm, nothing harm will be done to you. So it's better to observe one day a breath. That means it is good for your health. Thank you. Once again, I'll meet you with some other story. And if you have time, please visit my site, thegalpa.com. Thank you.